know, it's amazing, man. You know, the law of the Most High must be obeyed, man. When we make mistakes, man, we got to repent. And when we do things, that's why you hear me in the prayer, you know, ask the Most High to forgive us, forgive Israel, those that know and those that do not know. Some know and some don't know. And Mashiach, because Mashiach Yahushua said on the cross, said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. So, and if we're going to be Mashiachim, as it tells us in 1 Corinthians 3:23, then we must be Mashiachim. Khan? Yeah, so it's very important that we look at the things that he told us in the volume of the book, not just you know, when he came as the word of the Most High. He's always been the word of the Most High in the flesh, you know, but even in the spirit, he was telling us what to do. Even in Deuteronomy, you know. Colossians 3:17. As always, you know, on the Sabbath day we usually try and go through these laws one way or another. It's the book of laws, so we're trying to go in there and look at what we can get out of being, you know, righteous in the eyes of the Most High. What he said we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. So look, Colossians 3:17.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do, in word or deed, do all by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to Yahweh by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai.
Right, so all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, Mashiach Yahushai. It is very important that you understand too, Mashiach, because, you know, a lot of people come up with these different names, but the anointed and the Messiah is very important. They didn't ask him, was you Jesus? They asked him, are you the Christ? You know what I mean? That's very important. Like you have one name, like we say Yahushai, others say Yeshaya, they say Yeshua, they say different names that they call him, but it's very important that you understand the importance of the anointed, the Messiah. You know, there's only one, you know what I mean? Whereas there's many that can be called by his first name, or the first identity, his first title that they've given him, Yahushua, Yeshua, Yehoshua, Yeshaya, and Jesus, and so forth. You know, those particular names to identify his character. As long as we know that he's a brother that came on this earth to die for the children of Israel's sins, you know, we're not tripping on it. That's why he's coming back with a name that nobody knows but he himself. You know what I mean? So that don't let that be a stumbling block for us in that, where some people are using that as a stumbling block so that we can't be brothers and we can't be sisters because of that particular entity. But who is it that's really going into Mashiach? The anointed, the Messiah. That's the spiritual power. They didn't ask him, was you, even the Edomite Pilate didn't ask him, are you Jesus? He asked him, are you the Christ? Are you the anointed? That's what's very important. And the spiritual power comes through by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. You know? So the HaMashiach has to be there for you to have the power and know what you're talking about, because, come on, man, next door neighbor could be Yahushua, could be Yeshua, Yehoshua, or, you know what I mean? Because they say what? They call the name J-E-S-U-S, so they get that name from that, he who saves. They call him Jesus, you know what I mean? So that's why it's important, but that's why even that judge told that sister, you can't name your baby the Messiah. She was serious about that, regardless of whoever, you know, the Most High had a spirit on her to say you can't do that, you know, because there's only one of Mashiach, and regardless if they know or not, you know, Most High gave him a name above every name in heaven, in earth, and under the earth. So it's not that first title. You understand what I'm saying? It's the fact that he is the anointed. He is the Messiah. You know, the only begotten Son of the Most High. He is the one we've been dealing with. We ain't just become Mashiach, you know? You understand? We ain't just become that when Paul said it in 1 Corinthians 3:23. There's nothing new under the sun. We've been that. We've been dealing with a Mashiach Yahushua from the beginning. What man can say they've been dealing directly with the Most High? Flesh and blood cannot deal with the Most High. He's a spirit. He's everything. He said, earth is my footstool, so what you doing? Talking to his heel? What you doing? You in this, I mean, you there. Come on, man. Where you going to go to reach his face? Here go his face right here. Here go the earth way down there. That's the earth way there. Here's his face right there. That's the earth right here. He said the earth was my
And you a
footstool.
little speck on the earth.
Yeah, man. We a little speck on right. The earth is this the earth right here, and this whole room is his heel. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to I'm breaking it down so that's why Mashiach got to come back and take 1,000 years to show us of the Father. People think they got a direct contact. No, man. Think about it. When we see an angel, what happened? Most times the brothers see the angel, what happened? They fainted. They fell down, they had to check them up. Or they fell down and wanted to worship. Right? Scared to death. What are angels doing before the Most High?
Trembling.
Trembling, right? So here we are, mortal men, thinking that we got to access right to the Most High. That kind of power. We don't have that kind of power. And don't even know how to get the power, the spiritual power. First and foremost, if they did, they would be talking about it. You see what I'm saying? Rather than just knowledge. And to be about it, right? And rather than just knowledge. I mean, it's great that we have the knowledge and the wisdom, because our people, and one thing I know about our people, they love controversy. They love to run to something that's, controversy, or fight, or some argument, something negative. They run to negative, rather than understanding this truth and know what we got to do to get ourselves ready and prepared to make it to the kingdom. Because it's not going to be no easy task. So, this is what we're about, man. We're about trying to come back to the Most High, law, statute, commandments, and doing what's right according to the word of the Most High. Con? Con, yeah. So look at Leviticus 5th chapter first. Leviticus the 5th chapter. So what?
Sound real low.
Sound real low? All right, go ahead.
Exodus chapter 5, verse 1.
Ask for Leviticus the 5th
this side.
chapter.
Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
Right. If a man sin and is a witness, whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity himself. Go ahead. We try to open the door. There's some air in here. Go ahead.
Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty.
Right. If you touch an unclean thing, you touch something that's unclean, a dead animal. Carcass of an unclean creeping thing, insects and so forth. And to be hidden from him, say he shall be unclean and guilty. You're going to be unclean and guilty. Read.
Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him. When he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty.
Right. So, if you don't know it, you can't be guilty because you don't know it. But just like, it tells you, when you touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty. When you know of it, just like certain things that we learned about, you be unclean, like you go around a dead body, you're unclean. So now when you unclean for 7 days, so you're not supposed to be dealing with, coming to the congregation when you're unclean like that. know, coming amongst the brothers. Are you shut the door?
This crack is loud.
Huh?
It's loud. Something cracking.
Because you're gonna be unclean. When you know this, you know, okay, you done touched the dead body. You know that this brother is unclean and you dealing with him, touching him and all that. We say he touched it, now you touched him, now you unclean too. I mean, he's just making it so that, you know, you understand and you know it and you're guilty of being unclean. Go ahead.
Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these.
Right, so if you, it's letting you know, okay, you don't know about it, just like us. We don't know about what's sin, all the sins. So we going over it consistently, and we got to review it consistently. So it'll penetrate. Sometimes, you know, we go through the same thing and you don't get it. Let's get one time, the other time, you say, wow, I got it, bam. So when you know of it, then you're going to be guilty of the sin when you know, whether it be good or bad. You're going to know that you're guilty once you have seen, okay, well, man, that's your conscience coming back to think, wow, man, I did that before, man, I was guilty of that. Then you repent. Otherwise, you can't just say the Most High going to overlook you, just, you know, just keep on, next thing you know, you're doing the same thing over and over again, you do it again, or the Most High overlooked it this time, you're going to overlook it again, and again, it's not going to be like that. Read? That's why he say you guilty of one of these. Go ahead.
And it shall be, when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he hath sinned in that thing.
So you got to confess that you have sinned in this thing. Read?
And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Most High for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sins.
It's like now, you know, he tell us now, you know, you go to the elders and the elders pray over you. You know? When you have sinned or you feel like you're sick, you know, because that's all we can do by Hashem, Mashiach, Yahushua, Mashiach, Yahushua, is pray to the Most High, ask for forgiveness. And we have done things that are wrong. Read.
And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring for his trespass which he hath committed 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, unto the Most High.
So the Most High, he's lenient. You can't bring a lamb or a goat. He said, hey, bring 2 turtle doves and 2 young pigeons. That's what we done before. Now to the Most High, read.
One for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering.
One for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. Read.
And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off his head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder.
Wow, think about that. To take that turtle dove and wring the head off his body, but don't touch the rest of it. It says wring it off his head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder, not cut it open. Go ahead.
And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar.
We had to sprinkle that blood on the altar. So like this was the altar, we got to sprinkle the blood on the sides of the altar. Go ahead.
And the rest of the blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar.
Shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. Read.
It is a sin offering.
The priests had a job to do. You know what I mean? That's just what the turtle does. They had to cut up the animals, you know what I mean? Calves, the cattle, the lambs, the goats and so forth. That's a job to do, man. You know, if y'all cut up, y'all know how to, when you cutting up some dang on birds, it's hard. You imagine just have all day long, you chopping up animals. That's why when they came, it was like, man, y'all come for peace or war.
And wringing up necks.
Yup, bring it off necks, you know. Snapping them necks like that, you know. And don't tell how big the birds was then.
Right.
But we was larger. You know? That was a job, man. Read.
And shall offer a second for a burnt offering, according to the manner. And the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he hath sinned, and it shall be forgiven him.
Right. So now we go to the Most High by Shama Mashiach Yahushua. Read.
But if he be not able to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he that sinned shall bring for his offering the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering.
So look at this. It's like, that's how Leah said, you can't afford a turtle dove or a pigeon to just bring some flour. Just bring some flour. But it said, I'm looking, it says, put no frankincense thereon. So frankincense has some kind of significance in food also. Like that frankincense that you had, you know?
I have.
Huh?
I have.
Yeah, you have. That's what I said that you have.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's like it is something that it can be used in cooking. Go ahead.
Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it, even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto the Most High. It is a sin offering.
Right. So if the poor, you may leeway for the very, very poor.
Yeah.
So just get some flour. You know? Go ahead.
And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin, that he had sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him. And the remnant shall be the priest as a meat offering.
See? The part that's left shall be the remnant of what's left shall be meat offering to the priest. Go ahead.
And the Most High Mashiach spake unto Moses, saying, if a soul commit a trespass and sin through ignorance in the holy things of the Most High, then he shall bring for his trespass unto the Most High a ram without blemish out of the flocks, with thy estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for a trespass offering.
Right. Go ahead.
And he shall make amends for the...
That's like if you sin and you don't know that you sinned. You know, that's why much is given, much is required of us now that he's bringing us to the knowledge of understanding to look into these laws and find out what's right from wrong to do what's right. Read.
And he shall make amends for the harm that he hath done in the holy thing, and shall add the 5th part thereto, and give it unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and it shall be forgiven him.
Right. Go ahead.
And if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of the Most High.
Right. If you sin and commit any of the things which the Most High says forbidden to do, according to the commandments of the Most High, read.
Though he wist it not, yet is he guilty, and shall bear his iniquity.
Right. Though you didn't want to do it, it's still you guilty. And you're going to bear your iniquity, your wickedness, the things that you have done that's contrary to the word of the Most High. Go ahead. The laws of the Most High. Go ahead.
And he shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock, with thy estimation, for a trespass offering.
Because you have trespassed against the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. Say, bring a ram, read.
Unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance, wherein he hath erred, and wist it not, and it shall be forgiven him.
Right. So the Most High, I'm saying, he was long-suffering and very merciful, you know, and giving grace, because this is what he's doing. It says he gave us a way that when we messed up, that we come to the priest and it can be forgiven us. Read.
It is a trespass offering. He hath certainly trespassed against the Most High.
Trespass against the Most High. So it's very important that we see this and understand how the Most High gave, even to the poorest, the one that have a lot, that can bring a lamb or goat, even to the poorest, you know. He gave us leeway. Look at Leviticus the 26th chapter. This is about what he wants us to do is to be. He wants us to be obedient. Read that.
26.
Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols, no graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it.
This is very important because a lot of people, these technical cats, they real technical about everything, but the main thing he's saying here is you make it something to bow down to allow that to be your power. When they don't really look at our story, how it goes back into a lot of things that we had, and the unproductive, non-creative, left-hand side people take what we have and make it evil. They use it for their evil. And they bowing down to these things, so they say we shouldn't deal with it because they have taken something that we had and made it evil. See what I'm saying? Whereas we're not bowing down to nobody but the Most High power of Abraham, Yatazak, forever and ever, never. That's what we doing. So it ain't got nothing to do with us having anything that we bowing down and worshiping, no matter what nobody says. See? Read that part again.
Ye shall make no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it. For I am the Most High, while my outside your power.
Now, I done seen people bow down and worship Caesar boys here in our face. Right? Clean it up, there's dance to clean it up, and all of that, and bow down and worship it.
Put candles around it.
Yeah, put candles around it, they do all kind of things. They worship that. They worship him. And other idols, like they got that the Catholics deal with, them statues and so forth, like Hail Mary, when they doing that, they be bowing down to Mary. As a matter of fact, I done seen them, they walk from outside, it's one church, they walk a long ways on their knees. All the way on their knees. Knees be bleeding and everything, come up the steps and everything. I see them walking up the steps on their knees. Around the time of Semiramis Day. The spring equinox coming into power, what they call Easter. They just finished this last first day, yeah.
But just last week.
Speak up.
Last week, the church we went by and they got all the women wearing a little bit of nothing.
Yeah.
They were walking down the street, all of them with so-called Caesar Borgia, but it's black, with the crown and the cross, just walking the street. And the police just following,
on the middle street.
Just walking.
It was black, it was black?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, he's walking with the stuff around the gauze, just like the image you see with the crown and the cross.
He wasn't no white dude.
Yeah, I know, that's what I said.
But they still got the wrong date.
Right.
It should be out of Passover,
Was the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weekend. Yeah.
It was weird because we heard like music. Right? We were like, what's going on? We heard people screaming. And we looked outside, there's like a line of people.
Yeah, and the police following. Yeah.
Wow.
That's escorting them.
They had to get a permit to do that.
Right. They also have pickets and same, what we call it, not pickets, but something happened, they do march, like march together. Yeah.
Read on verse 2.
Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. Say it again.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 2.
Right.
And ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary.
Hear that? Say, you shall keep my Sabbath and reverence my sanctuary. That's wherever we come to gather ourselves together, here's the sanctuary. Say, but you got to keep his Sabbath. We got to keep his Sabbaths. That's every seventh day. And reverence his sanctuary. That's wherever we come to gather together, to be together, we got to reverence this. It's very important. That's respect. People supposed to have respect. Nobody's supposed to disrespect the place where the Most High have us gathered. together. Read.
I am the Most High, your power.
You say, I am the Most High, our power. Go ahead.
If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them.
He said, if you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do the commandments, what he say gonna do?
Then I will give you rain in due
He's
season.
gonna give us rain in due season, meaning he's gonna bless us. You know, you plant something, it's gonna grow up. Whatever it is that you, even if you planting something, you want a job, you want to be prosperous in your own business that you're dealing with, he's gonna bless you. Keep his commandments. Say, that rain mean I'm gonna bless you in whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing. Read.
And the land shall yield her increase.
And wherever you at, it's gonna yield an increase. Not a decrease, but an increase. Read.
And the trees of the field shall yield your fruit.
The trees of the field shall yield fruit. Meaning they're gonna be very fruitful. Go ahead, a lot of crop. Read.
And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time. And ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely.
So he's gonna protect us. So he's gonna make sure that all our crops are very, 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 very plenteous. To the utmost. So we're gonna dwell wherever we live in safety. No harm. Read.
And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid.
Hear that? So I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none. This is the kingdom. This is the kingdom. Because he wants us to have the idea of the kingdom when he's telling us if we do this, come on, nobody can hurt us. We're gonna live safely. Nobody can hurt us. We're gonna be everything that we grow is gonna just be prosperous, just bloom and bring forth fruit continually. We're not gonna be afraid, not gonna make us afraid. When we're not afraid, that means we ain't gonna ever cry, we ain't gonna be sad. That's the kingdom. That's how we're gonna be. We looking to be that way because we ain't that way now. That's why we gotta do what he say do so we can see this. He's not a man he should lie. Read.
And I will rid evil beasts out of the land.
He's gonna rid evil beasts out of the land, because the beasts gonna be eating people up, y'all. You know about that. That's why I say he's gonna protect us from the beast. We need protection. Go ahead.
Neither shall the sword go through your land.
Say, neither shall the sword go through our land. Come on.
And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword.
So we're going to be able to chase our enemies, and they're going to fall before us by the sword. Read.
And 5 of you shall chase 100.
5 of us going to chase 100. What's the odds? That's 95. The 5. We're going to chase 100. 5 of us. Take 5 away from them. They're 5 men. 5 of us going to be able to chase 100 of their men.
Race for like 1 in 20.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like beyond imagination. 5 men going to chase 100. Read.
And 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight.
And 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. 100, not 1,000, not 2,000, 3,000, but 10,000. 100 of us could put 10,000 to flight. You see? That's real. That's real talk. 100. 100. Put 10,000. They had to leave. They had to flee. Go ahead.
And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
Our enemies going to fall before us by the sword. It's powerful. Read.
For I will have respect unto you.
Look, he said he's going to have respect unto Israel. Read.
And make you fruitful and multiply you.
So make us fruitful and multiply us. Read.
And establish my with you.
He said he's going to establish his covenant with us. His covenants with you. You know it's talking about Israel. You know it's talking about Israel. Because the covenant was established with who? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
And ye shall eat old stored, and bring forth the old because of the new.
See, you say you shall eat old store and bring forth the old because of the new. Read.
And I will set my tabernacle amongst you, and my soul shall not abhor you.
So he's going to set his tabernacle among us, and his soul shall not hate us. So if we don't do what he says, you think he don't love us? No, he going to hate us. He said, if you do what I say, I'm going to love you. Go ahead. I'm going to love you, because he said, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to hate you. Go ahead.
And I will walk among you,
So he's going to walk among us. Read.
and will be your power,
Our power. Read.
and ye shall be my people.
Power. Most I say he's going to be our power, and we're going to be his people. Read.
I am the Most High, your power, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt.
So it's just the Most High? Because I know when I remember was being led by a chariot of fire by night and a cloud by day, a chariot of a cloud by day. And the Mashiach Yahushua was in there. We read about he was the destroyer. He the one that went through it and destroyed the firstborn of the Egyptians, what we just went through. So we can't leave him out, else he's not going to be there. You know what I mean? And it's like in the spirit, you got to really look at this, because he's the one that led us out there. We go there all the time to remind you of the fact that he was there. So if you don't put him there, he's not there. He's not going to be there. Nobody put him there before, so he wasn't there. So now when the Spirit said, okay, well, it was him that led us, open up the Red Sea through the power of the Most High. And we just said we ain't been able to deal with the Most High, so it has to be included if we Mashiachim. Are they Mashiachim that we reading about? These Israelites Mashiachim or not? So how come they're Mashiachim? If they're Mashiachim, we're Mashiachim, but Mashiachim say if they're a crisis, if they're Mashiachim, then how come he's not there? Because if you don't put him there, he won't.